Session 1 we had on 21st March. That day we discussed about course roadmap, what are the prerequisites and what is our course content that we discussed. And in the yesterday's session, we had a quick introduction related to what is DevOps. Now, today it is a third session related to our DevOps. Today we are going to understand what is software development lifecycle and where we are going to use DevOps in that process and how the DevOps is helping us in SDLC, in the software development lifecycle. So today's session, we are mainly focusing on what is software development lifecycle. What is software development lifecycle? Good. So before jumping into the today's session, so let's quickly revise what we discussed in the last session. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a set of practices, we can say. DevOps is a set of practices which is used to reduce software development lifecycle period, which is used to reduce software development lifecycle period. DevOps, people will call DevOps means DevOps is equal to development plus operations. So in our project, development will be happening. At the same time, operations also will be happening. So to collaborate development and operations of our application, we are going to use this DevOps practices. We can call DevOps as a culture. By using DevOps practices, we can reduce the time. To deliver project to the client. We can reduce the time to deliver project to the client by using this DevOps process. So what is project delivery and all? Before going to understand the project delivery, let's talk about software development lifecycle. SDLC stands for software development lifecycle. SDLC stands for software development lifecycle. SDLC represents starting to ending point, start to end. How SDLC represents? How one software project will be developed and delivered. How one software project will be developed and delivered, that will be represented by SDLC. Software development lifecycle, that means in the companies, how project development is going to happen, that we can understand by using this SDLC. Everybody will have a life cycle, sir. Human also will have a life cycle. From our birth to death is called as our life cycle. So similarly, software project also will have a life cycle that is called as software development life cycle. Now, this SDLC represents how one software project will be developed and delivered, how it will start, how it will end. From start to end is called as life cycle. From start to end is called as life cycle. So how this software project will be developed up, how the software project will be started, how the software project will be completed, that we will understand by using this SDLC. Guys, are you getting my point? SDLC means software development lifecycle. SDLC represents how one project will start and how it will end. What is the starting point and what is the ending point, that we are going to discuss as part of this SDLC. We'll discuss that as part of SDLC. Good. Now, SDLC contains several phases, guys. SDLC contains several phases. Several steps will be involved in the SDLC. SDLC contains several phases. We can call it as a steps also. What are the phases involved in the SDLC? The first one is requirements gathering. First one is requirements gathering. So if you want to develop a project, first you need to understand what are the requirements of the client. Client want to develop client is doing a business, whether he is doing a restaurant business, supermarket business, or travel business, or hotel business, or banking business. What business that client is doing, we need to understand client requirements. So we need to get the requirements from the client. If you want to develop any project, first we need to gather the requirements. So the first step is requirements gathering. Then the second step is requirements analysis. Second step is requirements analysis. Whatever the requirement client is giving, we may not develop everything. Client may tell, if I click one button, rocket should go to the sky. Can we do that? No. So requirements we have to gather, then we have to analyze those requirements. Requirements gathering, requirements analysis. The next one, requirements design, then requirements development, requirements gathering, analysis, design, development, testing, deploy, and deliver. So here we can call it as requirements gathering, analysis of the requirements, designing of the requirements, development of the requirements, testing, deployment, deliver. These are the phases that are involved in any software project. If you go for any software project, these phases will be involved. Guys, could you please read these phases? Are you clear with this one? SDLC contains several phases. First one is requirements gathering. Second one is analysis. Third one is design. Fourth one is development. Fifth one is testing. Sixth one is deployment. Seventh one is delivery. So if you take any project, these phases will be involved. Requirements gathering means what is client expecting? What kind of project that client is expecting? What are the functionalities that client wants in our project? So we need to gather those requirements from the client. Once we gather requirements from the client, then we have to analyze those requirements. Whatever the requirements given by the client, first we need to understand. Can we do these requirements or not? Can we do these requirements or not? That analysis we have to do that. Once the analysis is completed, then we have to design. Okay, what is the architecture we need to follow? How many servers that we need to do? How many databases we need for this application? What is the architecture? Do we need to follow 2-tier architecture, 3-tier architecture, or n-tier architecture? The designing that we are going to do. Once the design is finalized, then we are going to start the development. That means programmers comes into picture. They are going to develop that application. Development will happen. After the designing is completed, project development will happen. Then next, once the development completed, whatever the code that developers are developed, is that code working as expected by the client or not? The code which we developed, is it matching with the client expectation or not? That we are going to test. That's where software testing team comes into picture. Developers are responsible to develop the code. Testers are responsible to test that the code is working as per client given requirements or not. If testing is successful, if everything is working as expected by the client, then we will deploy that project into some servers. We are going to prepare the environment to run our application like database setup, server setup, load balancer setup, networking setup, configurations that are required for our application. All the setup will be done for the deployment. That's where IT support team or IT administration team comes into picture. Those people will take care of deployment of our application. Those people will take care of deployment of our application. Once the deployment, everything completed, we will do basic check. Once the project is working as expected, if the environment is stable, then we will deliver that project to the client. So this is called as software development life cycle. If you go for any company to develop a project, these kind of phases will be involved in every project. This is from birth to death of the software project. Birth to death. I mean, for software project, there is no death. Birth to start to end. For a human, birth to death will be available. As a human, we will have a birth and we will have a death. That is our life cycle. So similarly, for software projects, what is the life cycle? This is the life cycle. These 7 phases are called as life cycle of a software project. Requirements gathering, requirements analysis, requirements design, development, testing, deployment, delivery. Now, let's take a simple example, sir. Let's take a simple example. Not only for software industry, this life cycle will be available. If you go for any field, let's take an example of construction field. Let's take an example of construction field. You want to construct one house. You want to construct one new house. You have some land. You want to construct your dream house. So tomorrow, directly you bring cement, you bring bricks. Can you start the construction on your own? Are you going to construct the building on your own? You want to construct one apartment in your land, your dream apartment you want to construct in your land. Okay. Are you going to construct that apartment on your own? You will purchase the bricks, you will purchase the cement, you will start constructing the walls, you will start constructing the slab for the walls. Will you do that? Come on. Will you do that or you will not do that? Guys, please participate in the session to understand the subject. I want response from everyone. I want response from everyone in the chat box. Please respond. Please don't be inactive. Please be active and respond when I ask a question so that class will be interesting. If you respond to my questions, then I will feel interest to teach you. I will be active if you are responding. Otherwise, if you are not responding, then I will also lose my interest. So please be active and respond. Now, you have a land and you want to construct one house in that land. Are you going to construct on your own? No. What you will do? You will go to one construction company. You will go to a builder who is a master in the apartment constructions, who is master in the apartments construction in your area. You will consult one contractor or builder. Builders are there who are going to construct the apartments for us. Now, you are going to meet one builder. Now, this is you. You are going to meet one builder. Now, real estate builders will be available. You will meet one builder. Now, it's you. It's you. Right. You are going to meet one builder who is expert in constructing the apartments in your area. He is doing that business from last 10 years, construction business. He is expert in constructing the commercial apartments, residential apartments or commercial apartments. Is expert in constructing that. He is a builder. Now you go to the builder and you tell that, hey builder, I want one apartment. Directly he will come with bricks and cement to your place to start the construction. He will ask your requirements. He will ask your requirements or not, or directly will come to the place with bricks and cement to start constructing the wall. So that next within 1 week or 10 days, apartment will be ready. Builders are going to do that, or builders will not do that. They will not do. What they will ask, you need to tell about your place. You need to tell about your place, how much place you have. You need to tell about your place. You need to tell about your requirements. How much place you need to tell, how much place you have. How much place you have. You need to tell your requirement. That means how many floors you want, how many plots or how many flats in each floor, how many flats in each floor, how many floors you want, how many flats you want in each floor, and how many 2 BHKs in the floor, how many 3 BHKs in the floor. 3 BHK, triple bedroom and 2 BHK. How many 3 BHK flats you want and how many 2 BHK flats you want. You need to tell how much place you have. You need to tell your requirement. How many floors, how many flats in each floor, how many 3 BHK, how many 2 BHK flats you want. That you need to tell. So can I say that builder is going to collect your requirement here? Can I say builder is going to collect your requirement? Is builder collecting your requirement or not? Yes, builder is going to collect our requirement. How much place we have, how many floors we want in that apartment, for each floor how many flats we want, and how many 3 BHK flats we want, and how many 2 BHK flats we want. That means we are providing the requirements to builder. Builder is collecting our requirements. Whenever you give this requirement, he is going to construct directly, or he is going to analyze. For the place that you have, 5 floors are sufficient or not? I mean, can we construct 5 floors? Are we going to get the license for the 5 floors apartment in that area? Can we have 2 flats in each floor? How many 3 BHKs we can construct? How many 2 BHKs we can construct in each floor? That analysis they are going to do. That analysis builder is going to do. You are going to provide the requirements to the builder. Builder will collect your requirements. They will gather your requirements. How much place you have, how many floors you want, for each floor how many flats you want, how many 3 BHK flats you want, how many 2 BHK flats you want. They are going to collect your requirements. Then they are going to analyze for the given place, is your requirement suitable or not? Can they really have those many floors or not? They are going to do. Once that analysis part is completed, they will tell, can they do that project or they cannot do that project. Okay, if you give 2 cents of space and you ask 100 floors apartment, can they do that? Can they do that 100 floors apartment? Come on, man. So client may tell anything. Now you may tell, you will give 100 square yards place and you ask, I want 100 floors apartment. They cannot do that. That's why whenever you give your requirements, they are going to analyze your requirements. They are going to analyze your requirements. For the given place, for given budget, can they do that construction or not? They are going to analyze. You told that I will give you 100 square yards place. I will give you 1 crore rupees. Please construct 100 floors apartment. You have given 100 square yards place. You are asking 100 floors apartment. Impossible. Impossible. For that budget, for that place, 100 floors apartment is impossible. That is what they are going to analyze. Whatever the requirements client is giving and what is the budget of the client, based on the client budget and based on the client requirements, can we develop that project or not? We are going to analyze. Requirements analysis. Can we do that or not? That analysis we are going to do. Okay. You told that I will give you 400 square yards place. I want 5 floors apartment. For each floor, I want one 3 BHK, one 2 BHK. 5 floors. For each floor, 2 flats, one 3 BHK, one 2 BHK. I will give you 3 crores rupees. I will give you 3 crores budget. I want a 5 floors apartment for 3 crores. That means a total 5 into 2, 10 flats you have to construct. 5 flats 3 BHK, 5 flats 2 BHK, 3 crores budget. Can they do that now? Can they do that for the given place, for given money? Yes, they can do that. Once that analysis is completed, then they are going to design. Design means in one 3 BHK, where the bedroom will come, where the hall will come, where the kitchen will come, where the balcony will come. Such a kind of design they are going to do. Planning. They are going to do the planning for your flat. How 3 BHK flat will look like, how 2 BHK flat will look like, they will do that planning in the construction business. Similarly, in the software, they are going to do the design. They are going to do the design. How your project will look like. So what would be the login page of your project? What would be the registration page of your project? How many pages will be available in your project? What would be the logo? What would be the background color of your project? How many screens will be available? How many screens will be available? Such a kind of planning that we are going to do for our project, that is called design. So for the apartment, we are going to draw the design, diagram, planning. Where is the kitchen? Where is the bedroom? Where is the hall, balcony? That design we will do for a building. For software project, what is the meaning of design? Screens design, architecture design. How many screens we want in the project, that we are going to design. Okay, here they will do the planning. Once they do the planning, then they will start the construction. Then they will keep the pillars. Then they will start the walls. Then they will go for a slab. Then they will go for a tiles. Then they will go for finishing touch. Like that, they will do the construction. Here in the software, what we will do, once the design is completed, we are going to do the development. We are going to do the development. Developers are going to write the code and they are going to develop that project. They are going to develop that project. Here they are going to construct the house. Here we are going to develop the project. Once the project development completed, testers will test the project is going to work as expected or not. Testers are going to test the project is working as expected or not. Here you will check the quality, the walls quality, the slab quality, the tiles quality that you are going to check for your house. Here you are going to check how the project is running. How the project is running. So once the testing is completed, then we will deploy the project into some servers. Deployment. That means the project will be deployed to some servers by creating an infrastructure, by creating an environment. Our project will be deployed to servers. Once the project is deployed to server, then they will deliver that project to the client. That is the last stage of our project. So this is from starting to ending life cycle of a software project. These are called as software development life cycle phases. So these phases will be available only in the software field, or even in the construction field also we can have this life cycle. How your apartment is getting started, how your apartment construction is getting completed, that is called as apartment construction life cycle, we can say. Apartment construction life cycle, we can say. Similarly, how a software project is getting started, how a software project is getting completed, that is called as development life cycle of the project. What are the phases involved in the development life cycle? Requirements gathering, requirements analysis, requirements design, requirements development, testing, deployment, delivery. These are called as development life cycle phases. This is how a software project will be developed and will be delivered to the client. So to simplify this process, to reduce the time that we are taking to complete all these phases, DevOps process came into market. Here we have to gather the requirements, we have to analyze the requirements, we have to design, we have to develop, we have to test it, we have to deploy, we have to deliver. So here we are doing 7 steps here. We are doing 7 steps. To reduce the time which is taking for these 7 steps, we are using DevOps process in our projects. We are using DevOps culture in our project to reduce the time it is taking for software development life cycle. Now you got the clarity why we are going to use the DevOps practice, why we are going to follow the DevOps culture in our project. Come on, guys. Now you understand what is the DevOps and why we are going for DevOps. DevOps is set of practices which is used to reduce software development life cycle period. Software development life cycle period. In order to reduce software development life cycle period, we are going to use DevOps practice. We are going to use DevOps practice. Can we say DevOps is one programming language? Can I say DevOps is one programming language? Guys, come on. Can I say DevOps is one programming language? Still people are not responding. Guys, please, if you are really interested, then only join the class. If you join the class, you have to respond. Otherwise, leave. I don't want count. I don't want count. Even if 10 people are there, I will teach this course. I want quality people who are really interested to learn. If you are not interested to learn, please don't join this class. It's waste of time. It's waste of your time, waste of my time. Time is very important. Don't waste it. If you are not interested, don't join the course. I'm not forcing you to join here. I don't want number. Oh, my class, 100 people are joining, 200 people are joining. I don't want that number. Even if 10 people joined, that's fine for me. Those 10 people should be giving 100% effort to learn that course. Then only we will get the interest to teach. If you join, I'm saying the number 100 plus, then what is the use? Not even 5 people are responding in the chat. What is the use of this? Please respond. Right. So we are talking about DevOps. Can I say DevOps is a programming language? Can I say DevOps is one technology? DevOps is a programming language. DevOps is a technology. Can I say that? No. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is set of practices. DevOps is set of practices. This DevOps is used to collaborate development and operations work in our project. In our project, development is happening and operations are happening. Development is doing by development team, operations are doing by support team. Okay, in order to collaborate this development and operations to reduce the delivery time of our project. So development is doing by some team in some other location. Operations are doing by some team in some other location. How these two people will collaborate? How this development and operations can be done collaboratively so that we can deliver the project to the client quickly. That's where DevOps came into picture. By using these DevOps practices, we can reduce the time to deliver project to the client. Okay, now, so before going to start where the DevOps will be used in the project, we are understanding software development lifecycle. Without understanding the software development lifecycle, you may not get the clarity on the DevOps. So that's why first we discussed about definition of the DevOps. DevOps is a culture which is used to reduce the time of the software development lifecycle. So DevOps is used to collaborate development team and operations team so that we can deliver the project to the client quickly. DevOps is a culture. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a process. This process is used to reduce software development lifecycle time. So what is that software development lifecycle? SDLC. SDLC stands for software development lifecycle. SDLC contains several phases. What are the phases available in the SDLC? First one is requirements gathering. So what client is expecting from us? That we need to gather first. Requirements gathering. After gathering the requirements, are we going to start the development directly? No. We need to analyze that. Can we do the requirements given by the client or not? Technically, is it possible? Technically, is it possible? Is it feasible to do this requirement? Do we have that capacity to do that requirement? Is the client budget is sufficient to do that requirement? Is the time is sufficient? Do you have the sufficient enough time to do that requirement? What is client asking? What we can do? What we cannot do? That we have to analyze. That is, analysis is very, very, very important before going to start the development. Okay, requirements we are collecting from the client. That is the first step in every software project, guys. Without collecting the requirement, we can't start anything. We don't know what to do now. If you know what to do, then you can do that. So that's why requirements gathering is very important in the project. After gathering the requirements, we have to analyze. We have to analyze. A client is giving 1,000 requirements, but he is giving only 1 month time, 1 lakh rupees. Project should be completed in 1 month. He is giving 1 lakh rupees. He has given 1,000 requirements. We cannot do that. It is not possible. Budget wise, time wise, it is not possible. So with the given requirements, with the given budget, with the given time, can we do that or not? We have to analyze. In this analysis, we will finalize, can we do it or not? Right. And the next one is design. What is the plan? What is the plan? Where to start? Where to end? How many components we need? What is the architecture we need? Which programming language we need to use? Which database we need to use? That what are the screens we need to develop? How many screens we need to develop? How many screens we need to develop? So let me show you. We have our Ashok IT website. So can you see that we have developed this website for our students? So do you think that we have developed this website without having any plan? Before starting the development only, we have prepared a plan. My project should have a home screen. My project should have a services that should display what are the services we are providing for the students. What are the courses we are offering? Whenever user select a particular course, user should be able to download the course content for that. Okay. Trainings should be displayed. Training timetable should be displayed. Interview questions should be displayed here. Placement options should be displayed here. About our institute, how to contact our institute, and blog updates from our institute. All those details we have designed. And I designed that we need to have a login page and we need to have a registration page. Once you log in, you should go to my courses. You should go to my courses. When you click on particular course name, you should be able to see the class notes that we are uploading daily. Students should be able to download that class notes. Students should be able to download that class notes. Student can join the class by clicking on this join class button. Zoom link will be available here. Zoom link will be available here to join that class. Telegram link will be available here. Telegram link will be available here to access the class notes. To access the class notes, to get the class updates. All this planning I have done. This is the design I have prepared. This is the design I have prepared. Based on this design only, we have completed our project. Based on that design only, we have completed our project. Once the design is finalized, then we will go for the development. If you don't have a proper design, then you will stop the development in the middle. You don't know kya karna hai. How many screens you want, what to do in that screen. Everything you have to plan it well in advance before starting the development. So can you start your house construction without having a plan from the engineer? Will you construct the walls first and slab? Then you will decide where should be the bedroom, where should be the bathroom, where should be the kitchen, where should be balcony, hall and all. Are you going to do that experiment on your house? First construct the walls and do the slab also. Fit the tiles also. Then decide how to partition the rooms. Is it possible, guys? Just think like, come out from the software industry. For 2 minutes, come out from the software industry, go to construction field. Can you construct walls and do the slab and do the tiles fitting, do the power fitting, then do the partition? Okay, first 10 pillars, hall, then bedroom, then kitchen, then balcony. Can you do that? That house will become useless. If you do that kind of construction, that will become useless. So similarly, are you going to develop any project without having a design, without having a plan? Will you start the development? That project will become useless. The project will become useless. Once the development is done, then once the development is done, can you give the project to the client directly? Can you give the project to the client directly once the development is done? We should not. We should not. We need to go for testing. We need to go for testing. Testers will be available to test our application. Testers will be available to test our application. Once that application got tested, then we can go for deployment. We can go for deployment. Are you guys getting my point? Deployment means preparing the environment to run our application. Once the deployment completed, then we will deliver the project to the client. So this is the SDLC life cycle. Guys, in this SDLC life cycle, there are several methodologies are available. SDLC methodologies are there. SDLC methodologies. Like waterfall methodology, agile methodology. Mainly first we need to talk about waterfall methodology and we need to talk about agile methodology. Waterfall methodology and agile methodology. I think in your academics, you might have studied about waterfall methodology and agile methodology. Waterfall methodology is the first and foremost methodology that used in the industry to develop software projects. Waterfall is the first and foremost methodology that used in the industry to develop our software projects. But there are several drawbacks are available in the waterfall methodology. That is the reason nowadays people are not following waterfall. People are following agile methodology. Nowadays, which methodology is trending in the market, guys? Waterfall is trending in the market or agile is trending in the market? Agile is trending in the market. Waterfall is having some disadvantages. To overcome the disadvantages of the waterfall, we are using agile methodology. To overcome the problems of the waterfall, we are using agile methodology. What are the problems with the waterfall? Waterfall is the first and foremost methodology used to develop software applications. Waterfall model or methodology is the first and foremost methodology used to develop the projects. Waterfall model is the first and foremost methodology used to develop the projects. Waterfall methodology is the first and foremost methodology used to develop the projects. Waterfall is a linear methodology. Waterfall is a linear methodology. Linear methodology. That means software development phases are there, na? Life cycle phases are there, na? Waterfall is a linear methodology. Every step will be completed in the sequential manner. SDLC phases we are going to complete one after other in the waterfall methodology. Okay, so if a previous step is completed, then only we can go for the next step. If a previous step, if current step is completed, then only we will go for next step in waterfall model. In the waterfall model, if current step is completed, then only we will go for next step. If a current step is completed, then only we will go for next step in waterfall model. Let me take some diagram in the internet. You can see the diagram for waterfall model. waterfall model or waterfall methodology. Images. Okay. Can you see this, guys? What they are saying about waterfall? Can you see the diagram, the diagrammatic representation for waterfall model? Can you see the diagrammatic representation for waterfall model? How it is represented? How it is represented? Can I say it is a step-by-step process? Can I say waterfall model is a step-by-step process? Requirements gathering. After the requirements gathered successfully, then only we will go for the design. Once the design is completed, then only we will go for implementation. Implementation, nothing but testing. After that implementation, we are going to test. Testing phase. Once the testing is completed, then only we will go for deployment, then maintenance. Deployment and maintenance. Now, if you see how the steps are completing here, can I say steps are completing in the linear fashion, step-by-step approach? First you collect the requirements. From the client. Once the requirements collection is completed from the client, then only go for design. Once the design is completed, then go for implementation. Once implementation completed, go for verification. And that means the testing. Once the testing is completed, then only you go for deployment. Now you are doing the implementation. Currently, you are at the implementation phase. That means you are doing development. At the time of the development, client want to change the requirement. Is it possible? Already we completed 2 phases. We are at the 3rd phase. Requirements we gathered, we have analyzed, we designed, then we are doing the implementation. Whenever we are doing the implementation, can client change the requirement? It is not possible. In the waterfall methodology, it is not possible. Changing the requirements in the middle is not possible because everything we are completing in the sequential manner. In the linear fashion, we are doing our project development. Okay, client has given the requirements in the 2020. We have done the designing analysis. Jan 2020, client has given the requirements. The project design and analysis and design completed by December 2020. Almost a year to collect the requirements, to analyze the requirements, to design. Then implementation, we have started from Jan 2021. From Jan 2021, implementation started Jan 2021 to December 2022. Jan 2021 to December 2021, it took for implementation. So 1 year for requirements gathering, analysis and designing it took. Then 1 year for the implementation completed. Then currently we are in the testing phase. From Jan 2022 to March 2022, the testing is happening. By March ending, the testing will complete. Do you think that the business that we are doing 2 years back, how the business we will do in 2 years back, how we are doing the business today, is it same? Whatever the ideas that client got to develop whatever the ideas that client is having to do the business 2 years back, with the same ideas, can he survive in this competition world? Come on, guys. 2 years means lot of changes. If we deliver this project to the client, can we say client is doing outdated business? 2 years back, he is having some requirement. 2 years back, he got some idea. With that idea, we are doing the development. After 2 years, we are in the testing phase. Now, competition world, we are in the competitive world. 2 years back, whatever the business that you want to do, that business became outdated now. 2 years पहले वो क्या सोचा, आज वो नहीं चलेगा. Now the complete things are changed. 2 years back, whatever the idea he is having, today that idea is outdated. So many clients came into the market with the same business model. Already it is running in the market. Already it is there in the market. You are a latecomer. You will be called as a latecomer into the business world if you follow this approach. Are you guys able to understand? 2 years back, a client having one idea to start a business. Today, so many people are doing the same business already. So many people are doing the same business already. Now, testing is happening in the March. In the April 2022, delivery will be there for the project. That means almost we took 2 years of time for the project development and delivery. That a client is doing outdated business in the market. Client want to do one e-commerce project. He got one idea. So many e-commerce projects came into market in the last 2 years of time. Client idea became old. So now, when we are following this waterfall model, can a client change his requirement in the can the client change his requirement in the March 2022 now? Can a client change the requirement now? Client realized that whatever the project we are developing, this project is already outdated in the market. That business not running in the market. Now tell me, is it recommended to develop a project by using this waterfall model in the today's world? Is it recommended to develop a project by using waterfall model in the today's world? It's not possible. It's not possible. If you follow this waterfall model, that means always you will become a latecomer in the market. You got one idea. Today you got one idea. You are going to develop a project with your idea. You have given the requirement. They have taken your requirement for 3 months. They have analyzed. They have designed. They have developed. They are testing. They will deploy next month. They will give you project next month. कुछ फायदा है क्या? Is there any use of that, man? Is there any use of that? No use. Always you need to enter into the market little early than your competitor. Always you should be first in the market. Then only people will come to you. Then only you can generate the revenue. Always you need to be early bird. Then only you can survive in this world. If you come late, then already you are outdated. You lost your business. You are outdated. So now tell me, so is it recommended to follow this waterfall model to develop the projects in today's world? No, because waterfall is a linear methodology. Waterfall methodology is the first and foremost methodology used to develop the projects in the industry. Waterfall is a linear methodology. If current step is completed, then only we will go for the next step in the waterfall model. If the current step is completed, then only we will go for the waterfall model. Are you guys able to follow this? 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 Right. Now, waterfall is a linear approach. Waterfall is nothing but step-by-step approach. If first step is completed, then only we can go for second step. If second step is completed, then only we will go for third step. If the third step is completed, then only we'll go for fourth step. If a fourth step is completed, then only we'll go for fifth step. Whenever you are in the testing phase, currently we are in this testing phase. Can a client change the requirement? If a client want to change the requirement, again we have to do everything from the starting. Again, we have to do everything from the starting, guys. Again, we have to do everything from the starting. That's why new requirements are not accepted in the waterfall model. When to go for waterfall model? If requirements are fixed. When to go for waterfall model? When to go for waterfall model? Any idea, guys? Can you tell me some scenarios? When to go for waterfall model? If requirements are fixed. If requirements are fixed, whatever the requirements I'm giving today, my requirements will not change in the future also. If requirements are fixed, if budget is fixed, if requirements are fixed, if a budget is fixed, small scale applications, small scale applications. If requirements are fixed, if a budget is fixed, for small scale applications, waterfall methodology is suitable. Waterfall is not suitable for large scale applications. Waterfall is not suitable for large scale applications. Waterfall is not suitable for large scale applications. Okay, in today's world, requirements are business needs are keep on changing every day. In today's world, business needs are keep on changing every day. Hence, we can't do business with fixed requirements. We can't do business with the fixed requirements. So for large scale applications, we cannot go for waterfall methodology. If you want to develop a small scale application where your requirements are fixed and where your budget is fixed, then you can go for this waterfall methodology to develop your project. Are you guys clear with this one? What is software development life cycle and what is waterfall methodology? When to go for waterfall, when we should not go for waterfall. Waterfall is the first and foremost software development methodology used in the industry to develop the projects. This waterfall is a step-by-step process. If first step is completed, then only go for second step. If second step is completed, then only go for third step. If third step is completed, then only go for fourth step. Okay, so once you are in the middle, then you cannot go for the next step. Once you are in the middle, then you cannot go for the next step. Guys, could you please read these points now? Guys, now you got the project, you got the concept now. You got the concept. So now you understand what is the problem in this process, where we are delivering the project, when the client will see our project. When the client will see our project, can the client see our project in the starting stage, or client will see the project at the end? Client involvement is there in the project development, or client involvement is not there in the project development? Client involvement is there. Client involvement is very less in the waterfall model, guys. Note, client involvement is very less in waterfall model. Client involvement is very less in waterfall model. Client will see the end. Client will see the final project at the end. Client will see the final project at the end. Client will see the final project at the end. So when the client is when the client has given the requirements to me in the January 2020, when I am giving the project to the client, April 2022, next month. That means client is waiting from 2 years for the project. When I gave the project to the client, if a client don't like that, if client don't like that project, if a client don't like our implementation, can we bring 2 years of time back? Can we bring 2 years of time back? Total money waste, total time waste. Total money waste, total time waste, complete business is collapsed. Complete business is collapsed. So do you recommend this approach to develop the product? Simple example. You gave a requirement to the builder. You gave 400 square yards place. Square yards place. 3 crores. 3 crores money. 3 crores money. And you gave 2 years of time. You gave 2 years time. So today you have given this. Can you go to your apartment after 2 years to see how the construction is going on, how the apartment is constructed? Every day you will go to your apartment construction. Every day you will go to your site. You have given 3 crores money. You have given 3 crores money for the builder. You have given 400 square yards place. You have given 3 crores money. You have given 2 years of time. So for 2 years, you should not go to your site. Will you accept it? For 2 years, you should not go to your site. The builder told that, hey, Raju, come after 2 years. I will show you your apartment. Okay, you accepted. You waited for 2 years. Finally, one fine day, you have been to your site. Your apartment is there. You are not liking the quality. You are not liking the rooms. You are not liking the parking area. You are not liking the cellar. कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या? If you don't like that apartment, can you do something after 2 years? Is it waste of your 3 crores of money or not? Client satisfaction is important or client satisfaction is not important? Client satisfaction is important or client satisfaction is not important? If you want to do the business successfully, client satisfaction is more important. If you want to do the business, client satisfaction is more important. Got it? Now, similarly here, when the client is seeing our project, when the client will see our project? After 2 years. After 2 years. After 2 years. Now, can I show the code to the client? Can I show the code to the client? In the January 2021, project development started. Can I show the client? Hey client, this is Java program. This is Java program will execute in the JVM. JVM is a software we have to install in the operating system. This is the command you have to execute to run the Java. Can I teach the Java to the client to understand the project in the middle? Come on. Can I teach the Java to the client to understand how the coding is happening? Client cannot understand the Java. Client has to wait for 2 years to see the project. After 2 years, client is not liking our project. Total money waste, total time waste. That's why nowadays we are not going to follow this waterfall methodology to develop the projects. There are so many challenges are there in the waterfall methodology. Advantage is only one thing. If you want to do a small project, requirements are fixed, budget is fixed, then go for waterfall. But today, if you want to do the business, can you go with the fixed requirement, guys? Today, if you want to do the business, can you go with the fixed requirement? Every day, the business needs are changing. Every day, you need to add the new functionality to your project in order to survive. In order to survive. In order to survive. You got it? All right. Guys, do you understand the problems with the waterfall? The first problem, waterfall is a step-by-step process. It will take a lot of time to deliver the project. Client involvement is very less in the waterfall. Whatever we deliver, if the client don't like it, then total time will be wasted, total money will be wasted. Then how to develop this project? How to develop this project? How to deliver this project? Do you want to deliver the project at the end to the client? Do you want to deliver the project at the end to the client? No, no. We need to reduce this time. We need to reduce the total time it is taking to deliver the project. We need to reduce the time which is taking to deliver the project. That's why we are using DevOps. We want to reduce the total time it is taking to deliver the project to the client. That's where DevOps came into market. DevOps is a culture which is used to reduce the time to deliver the project to the client. We want to deliver the project to the client quickly. That's where we need to we need to combine, we need to collaborate with the development team and operations team. Development team will do the development. Operations team will deploy the project. Development and operations should happen parallelly. That's where DevOps came into the market. This DevOps is having a lot of demand in the market. Why? Because it is going to reduce the total time it is taking to complete the project and deliver the project. DevOps is a culture. DevOps is not a technology, guys. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is a process which is used to collaborate the development and operations work in the project. By using this DevOps culture, we can reduce the total time it is taking to deliver our project. Samjhe? Guys, I'm getting interest when I'm teaching these concepts. I want that kind of interest from you also. So can you see there is a pitch increasing in my voice? That's the zeal to teach. That's the interest. You should also have that interest. You should also have that interest. Then only you can learn this. If you open your laptop, join in the Zoom, you mute pe hai, WhatsApp check karo, गुड इवनिंग, कैसे हो, लंच में क्या खाना है, कौन सा मूवी आया प्राइम पे, ऐसा मत देखना भाई. That will not work out. You have to give your 100% efforts. You have to concentrate on the class. Every point I'm discussing is important for you because these are introduction classes. If you don't have the strong foundation, then you cannot understand the future. Can you construct an apartment without strong pillars? Waste. It's waste. It will collapse within 1 year. So without having this strong foundation for the DevOps, you cannot become a DevOps engineer. So you have to understand this first. You have to understand this first. So I'm keeping my 100% efforts to give you the strong foundation for the DevOps and AWS, guys. Please concentrate on that. Yesterday I have sent you a mail. Did you get that video? Yesterday I have sent you a mail. Did you get that video? First day and second day videos I have sent yesterday. So today's video also, I will share it with you through email, guys. So please go through this before coming to tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we are going to talk about very important topic that is called Agile methodology. Now we have seen what is the DevOps. We understood DevOps is a culture to collaborate the development and operations work in the project so that we can deliver the project to the client quickly. So where this DevOps comes into picture, first we are understanding SDLC. SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. So it tells the start and end point of the project, starting stage and ending stage of the project. There are several phases available in the SDLC: requirements gathering, analysis, design, development, testing, deployment, delivery. So there are several SDLC methodologies are available. Today I have taken example of waterfall methodology. Waterfall is the first and foremost methodology used in the IT industry to develop the projects. Waterfall is a linear methodology. We can say it is a linear process. We can say it is a step-by-step process. In this waterfall methodology, if the first step is completed, then only we can go for second step. First, gather the requirement. Once it is completely completed, once it is fully completed, then only go for second step. Once the second step is fully completed, then only go for third step. Once the third step is fully completed, then only go for fourth step. Once we are in the fourth step, you cannot go back to the previous step. It is only forward approach, no backward direction. Waterfall supports only forward direction, no backward direction. When to go for this waterfall? If requirements are fixed, if the budget is fixed, if the project is very small, then go for waterfall. If you want to develop a large scale applications, waterfall methodology is not suitable. Waterfall methodology is not suitable. Okay, in the waterfall methodology, client involvement is also very, very less. Client will see our project at the end. Client will see our project at the end. After 2 years or 3 years, client will see the project. If a client don't like our project, 3 years of time wasted, money also wasted. So that's why nowadays in the companies, people are not using this waterfall methodology to develop big applications, large scale applications. To overcome the problems of the waterfall methodology, we are going to use agile methodology. What is the next methodology that we have to discuss, guys? To overcome the problems of waterfall methodology, we are using agile methodology nowadays. To overcome the problems of waterfall methodology, we are using agile methodology in the industry. So in the tomorrow session, we have to talk about agile methodology, which is very, very, very important. Once you got the clarity on the agile, then you will get the clear picture on what is DevOps. Once you got the clarity on the agile, then you will get the clear picture on the DevOps. Are you guys clear with this? Are you guys clear with this? So what is our tomorrow's topic? Agile methodology. Tomorrow also you can attend the session for free, and with the same Zoom link, you can join the tomorrow session. Tomorrow we'll talk about agile methodology, which is the trending methodology in the market. Agile is the trending methodology, trending SDLC methodology in the market to develop the projects. Okay, today we understood waterfall. I will share these class notes and I will share this class video also with you through email, guys. By today end of the day or by tomorrow morning, I will share this video and notes. Please go through this once. Then tomorrow we'll continue with the agile methodology. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Anyone having any questions? Anyone having any questions, please type in the chat box. Yeah, please type your question in the chat box. I will read that. People who are watching from YouTube, thanks for watching this video. Please like this and subscribe to our channel, guys. If you want to interact with me, you can. If you want to interact with me, you can join with Zoom link. Zoom link you can find out in our website. Course content also you guys can download from our website. Yes, so this is the link to download the course content. This is the link in the Zoom chat. I have given the link. Just click on that link and download the course content. You can see the detailed course content, what we are going to cover in this batch. The people who are watching from YouTube, so please, you can join with us in the Zoom session tomorrow so that you can interact with me. You can ask your questions. Right. Yeah, I will share the class notes in the email. Class notes I will share in the email. Guys, when you are joining in the Zoom, please give your valid email ID so that we can send you the class notes and class videos. Some people are joining with abc@gmail.com. Some people are joining with hyderabad@gmail.com. Don't give that incorrect email IDs. You will not receive the mail from us. Yesterday, first day I have sent you a mail. Second day also I have sent you a mail. Today also I will send you an email with videos and class notes. So please register with valid your mail ID. Okay, guys? Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Kumar, we can discuss that in the tomorrow session. Harsha and Kumar, we can discuss about how to cover that gap, how to keep the experience, how to get the job as an experienced DevOps engineer. Those details also will be covered in our course. I will tell you all the details. I will support you for that, man. Okay, so tomorrow also you guys can attend the session for free. With the same Zoom link, you can attend the tomorrow session. So course content you can download. with the given link in the chat. You can join with us in the Telegram to get all the updates. You can join with us in the Telegram to get all the updates. I have given the link in the chat box. Thank you guys. Have a great evening. I will see you in tomorrow's session at 7 p.m. Tomorrow's session is very important. That is Agile methodology. Thank you. Bye-bye.